Hello Internet, and welcome back to Disney Remake Month for my series of film reviews. Last time we did 2019's The Lion King. Today we're here to talk about one of 3 remakes I actually had a good time with, and that is 2017's Beauty and the Beast. Directed by Bill Condon, famed director of Breaking Dawn Parts 1 and 2, Beauty and the Beast stars Hermione Granger herself, Emma Watson as Belle, and Dan Stevens as the Beast. When I first heard that Emma Watson was cast as Belle, I was very happy. A majority of people who have ever known me know that I love all things Harry Potter, and I have yet to begin playing Hogwarts Legacy. I've just been too busy playing Tears of the Kingdom to even begin playing Hogwarts Legacy on the PS4. Plus, Beauty and the Beast has always been one of my favorites growing up. Aside from Emma Watson and Dan Stevens, we have Kevin Kline as Maurice Belle's father, Luke Evans as Gaston, Olaf himself Josh Gad as LeFou, Obi-Wan Kenobi himself Ewan McGregor as Lumiere, Gandalf/Magneto himself Ian McKellen as Cogsworth, and Emma Thompson as Mrs. Potts. This movie features entirely new characters who did not appear in the original 1991 film, and there's too many for me to count. And just like almost every other remake we've gotten since then, there were things that stay the same and story elements that are entirely new. For example, we actually get to learn about Belle's past and how she lost her mother to the bubonic plague. Now that actually brought a tear to my eye, especially when in the remakes, you expand on the story of beloved animated characters and see where they come from. In 2022's Pinocchio, as much as I dislike that movie, Tom Hanks' Geppetto made Pinocchio after his son died. The Netflix Pinocchio movie from Guillermo del Toro did something similar, but the Netflix Pinocchio executed this way better than the Disney Plus Pinocchio remake. Now, if anybody wants me to review the Netflix Pinocchio movie, let me know. I'd be more than happy to sit down and watch that again. Just like with the other remakes I've reviewed on this channel, there were things I liked and things I didn't very much care for. For starters, Emma Watson's auto-tuning whatever she sings. Some of you know that Emma Watson is not a professional singer, so when I heard that they were going to include the original songs from Alan Menken and written by Howard Ashman, I was like, oh lordy, how's this going to turn out? Well, after listening to the first song a few times, it's blatantly obvious that they use auto-tuning on Emma Watson's voice because Emma Watson is not a singer. There were also some controversies in regards to LeFou being openly gay. Now, I have absolutely zero problems with LGBTQ representation. I personally know a lot of people who are LGBTQ. But sometimes, when it comes to modern Disney films, I feel like it's played a little too safe. Such is the case with Strange World and Lightyear. But at the end of the Netflix movie No Mona, a movie which I've had the pleasure of seeing back in June, they actually showed a same-sex kiss at the very end of the movie. Since the release of the original Beauty and the Beast in 1991, some have argued that the relationship between Belle and the Beast was defined simply as Stockholm Syndrome. Well, I can't say for certain, but I can see why people might say that Beauty and the Beast is a story about a girl who falls for her captor. But I would have to disagree. The Beast just wants to be loved, and for someone to love him back. And when Belle enters the castle for the very first time, the castle's inhabitants say that she's the one that will break the spell put on the castle by the enchantress before the last petal falls from the rose. It's hard for the Beast to be loved back due to his temper, but over time, he learns that true beauty lies within. And that's the lesson people can take away from this movie, and the remake. An ugly Beast who is actually very gentle, and Gaston, handsome as he is just a cold-hearted narcissist and the true villain of the story. And then there's Prince Hans from Frozen. He's 100% a dick. Now let's talk about the songs. You already heard me bitching and moaning about Emma Watson's auto-tuned singing voice because she's not a professional singer. A lot of classic songs return like Be Our Guest, Gaston, and Beauty and the Beast, along with some new ones. Now, as I mentioned in my review of 2023's Little Mermaid, whenever a live-action Disney remake features brand new songs, the results vary tremendously. Some are good.
There you are, over me, taking me with your song to wild uncharted waters, miles beyond the sea. I was darkness bound, I had almost drowned, till you came around and you found me.
And some are bad.
Hey, have you not heard that scuttlebutt?
You're bad.
No, the gossip, the buzz, the who said what, who does that, yeah, the scuttlebutt. Well, I was flying over land and sea and ear to the ground. Then I came flying here for you to see and hear what I found. Remember the swamp? Remember my song in the swamp when I was like, whap, chicka, whap, whap, chicka, whap.
I remember.
The Beast solo song, Evermore, plays after he releases Belle following their dance to the breathtaking Beauty and the Beast song made famous by the late, great Angela Lansbury. May she rest in peace. Despite knowing that freeing her will further jeopardize his chances of becoming human again, the Beast realizes he loves Belle and ultimately sacrifices his own happiness in return for hers. That song explores heavy themes like true love, heartbreak, loneliness, and sacrifice, a powerful song at that. It was even covered by Josh Groban at the very end of the movie. This song is actually the best thing that came out of this remake, and that's really saying a lot. And while I enjoy seeing BR guests brought to life in this remake, it was nowhere near a visual spectacle as what we got in the 1991 animated film. Same with Emma Thompson's take on Beauty and the Beast. Sometimes I can't even tell which characters are auto-tuned, and which are just singing naturally. In Moana, when Maui sang You're Welcome, that's actually Dwayne Johnson's natural singing voice. Now I can understand why in the animated movies, certain characters like Mulan, Jasmine, Aladdin, and Pocahontas had different actors and actresses do their singing voices than their speaking voices. But when you hire non-singers as live-action versions of animated Disney characters, the result is just a straight-up mess, such is the case with Beauty and the Beast. I'm giving 2017's Beauty and the Beast an 8 out of 10. This is one of the better remakes we've gotten in recent history. The other two in my opinion being Aladdin and The Little Mermaid. This actually tried something new, and it was actually well executed, not unlike other remakes like Pinocchio and Mulan. The cast did great for the most part, especially Emma Watson and Dan Stevens. Some of their singing sounded off due to auto-tuning, but everything else had some honest-to-God effort put into it. Evermore is the best original song to come out of this remake, and I'm glad they had Josh Groban sing it at the very end. The set designs look nice, and the film itself actually looks very nice on screen. It's not Avatar or Avatar: The Way of Water, but it is visually nice to look at. This is one of those rare remakes that's actually worth a watch. Everything else, not so much, but Beauty and the Beast, yes. Also, Aladdin and The Little Mermaid, but I already reviewed The Little Mermaid on my channel. The link to my Little Mermaid review is in the description of this video. However, with every remake there ever was and will be, the animated films from which they were based on are far superior. Stay tuned for my upcoming reviews of 2019's Lady and the Tramp, 2020's Mulan, Detective Pikachu, and many more coming soon. And of course Sonic and Sonic's review of Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. Until then, I'll see you all next time.